Welcome back to another video from My Random Hobbies, and today we are going to be looking at my lightsaber hilt that I have built. Okay, so as some of you will know, Star Wars is a really cool film, really cool series of films, and one of the most iconic items within the Star Wars films are the lightsabers. And so this is my version that I have created myself, with a little nod to the original that was created. However, I've used parts that hopefully are fairly readily available to everyone so that you could all have a go at this. There's a couple of more specialist parts, I suppose, on here. So the foundation for this is actually a sink plug hole, really, with a push button lid, and so that's this silver chrome part here and the chrome part down the bottom, and the only mechanical joint really on here is the screw thread here that joins this bottom tube to the top bit. The base of this was actually the top of the plug hole and would have sat here, and it unscrews, and I was able to slot it onto the bottom here and super glue that on. I also have this brass bit came with it, but what I did was I drilled small holes in there and added these uprights, and again I haven't attached them into the top here. I would have liked to have screwed holes in there, but of course with this being a screw fit, turning it and getting those to line up was an impossibility, because obviously every time I would turn it, that would move away from the hole at the top here. So these are little brass bits from an old clock, an old carriage clock frame that I had just lying around, and again I've glued those into the hole, and then I've glued the bolt, the nut, whatever you want to call that, onto the thread so it's not going to be moving. And then again I've just added a dab of super glue at the top of each bit here on the chrome bit. Then we've got the very top here, which is actually, and if I do turn it around, you can see it's a metal yo-yo, or half of a metal yo-yo that unscrews, and it is attached by glue again to the top here, this brass bit, which is actually from an old set of opera glasses, which you can find on eBay for a relatively cheap price, and again with a bit of a saw and sandpaper I was able to cut the opera glasses in half and use one part of that to make this additional stem bit on here. This bit is actually from an old scooter that my daughter had in the garage, and it's the part that joins the upright handle to the wheel frame bit, and again simply just undid that and reattached it to the tubing here to make it almost look like buttons, or the sort of the part that perhaps would make the lightsaber work, turn on and off. And then finally, this is the nod to the originals. The originals I think were made from light tubings for cameras and things, and they added for the handle bits windscreen wiper blades that they then sort of cut down and trimmed to fit the handle, and so that's what I've done here. I've bought a cheap windscreen wiper blade, and I have cut it to size, placed it around here, and it forms the grip for the handle. So all in all, I'm really pleased with this as a hilt, and yes, it doesn't light up. There's no saber bit on the end. My daughter was very disappointed about that, but actually looking into it, I could have added things, but it just takes the cost and raises it. So I wanted this to be something that everyone could do and display. It would be nice to put this in a display once I get my display up and running. More of that to come later. So there we go, my cheap and cheerful lightsaber, and I think all in all, with the parts that I bought, including the yo-yo, the opera glasses, and the windscreen wiper blade. This has probably cost at around about £15 in total, with all the parts that I would have had to buy. So there we go. Something that you can do, a nice simple holiday project perhaps, as this has been for me, but really good fun, and actually, you know, for the little kid in me, this is just tremendous. It's really great. So thank you very much for watching, and look out for more YouTube videos from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.